Welcome back to the Skylanders Ultimate Nightmare series, where I will play a solo run with every Skylander on Nightmare mode to see which Skylanders and which of their upgrade paths are best. For the first run of today, we've got Ignitor on the Blade Master upgrade path. Here you unlock 2 extra combos. You can do the secondary combo to leave a fiery burst in front of you, or the tertiary combo for a fire slam, which basically just does his third attack but quickly. Besides the combos, we get the ability to hold out the third attack even longer for extra damage, and the sword on his primary attack gets larger for even more increased damage. Ignitor is another one of those characters where your main attack is a swing and it can just so easily miss the enemies even if you're standing right next to them, which is a huge drawback. If you're going to be running in right next to enemies in order to attack them, this is really not something that you want to have to deal with. The secondary combo can somewhat make up for the fact that your sword is going to miss very often because it hits in a largish area, but it has the classic problem that a lot of combos do, which is that it makes you stand still and there's nothing you can do about it. And don't even think about using the primary combo. It forces you to lunge forwards a little bit, and you guessed it, misses way too often. And if you thought you might get some crazy damage output for all those downsides, you don't! It's just a kind of good amount of damage. Now before doing this run, I was super unfamiliar with Ignitor. I did not play him a lot. So I did not know how the secondary attack worked fully, and that caused me to take a big hit here. Apparently I was not having a great day in Skylanders when I was playing this run, because I did a lot of misinputs and a lot of them were pretty deadly. For instance here, I launched my fireball off the edge, leaving me as a sitting duck for these Dro Lancemasters to just do whatever they wanted to me. And then I somehow misinput again, which allowed this Chompy to get the perfect opportunity to kill me. Yeah, if there is any character throughout this series who definitely deserves a second chance at a run, it is Ignitor on the Blade Master upgrade path. But unfortunately for him, everyone gets only one try, so too bad. We're moving on now to the Soul of the Flame upgrade path. The Flame form will now move faster and deal increased damage, but in the Flame form you can press another button to trigger a massive explosion, and you fire 2 additional fireballs from Ignitor's body whenever you use the attack. Not to mention, of course, the Soul Gem, which allows the second and third attack to leave purple fire on the ground for increased damage. Something that's immediately apparent to me as I'm starting this second run is that this attack does crazy amounts of damage. Circling around an enemy, leaving fire that they keep stepping on, and then doing the explosion all together creates some crazy damage output. That all being said, and say it with me at this point, moves that force you to stand still do not tend to be very good. So this attack can kill enemies really quickly, but you've gotta hope that it kills them so quick, the enemies don't get a chance to hit you at all. I alluded to this earlier, but the way you actually control this move, the moment you launch the fireball out of Ignitor's body, you need to start holding a direction on the control stick, so anywhere except for neutral. As long as you're holding a direction, the flame will start walking around, and after a short time limit, or once you let go of the control stick, it'll come back to him. You can also press secondary attack again to come back sooner, which that was the method I was using earlier, but only because I didn't know that you can just let go of the control stick. This also caused me to occasionally jump back to the suit of armor earlier than I was expecting, because I didn't know letting go of the control stick was what was causing that. Anyways, now that I know the controls of my character, we can continue on past level 3. And continue to be impressed at the damage output Ignitor can actually do. Using this attack is quite fun once you know how it works. You gotta run around and deal as much damage as you can while pushing your luck, because if you don't come back to your body soon enough, an enemy might come over and hit you. So it's a little bit of push and pull about trying to maximize the damage you can deal while not taking any yourself. But if sitting perfectly still is not much of your thing, the third attack, even without its upgrade path, is still really powerful. It does of course force you to walk pretty slowly, but at least it's better than not moving at all. At this point, I've pretty much completely decided to just ignore the main attack and the only combo we have left. Those 2 are just not really worth it compared to what other stuff he has. And that's saying something, because, like I've been saying, you have to stand still in order to use your secondary attack. I mean, at least the Soul Gem from Spyro's Adventure gives you extra armor, so that if you do need to get hit, there's a chance you dodge it. But anyways, despite not actually doing super good on either of these runs today, I now have a newfound appreciation for Ignitor. He was really fun and I'm definitely going to mess around with him more. We're ending off this run near the end of Chapter 5, which is going to put Ignitor tied in 27th place out of 36 so far. Be sure to let me know in the comments how much I messed up on Blade Master and if he deserves a second run or not. The answer is no, by the way.